New Vulcan ball.
You're like, how can you get a ball to bounce in front of these people?
Game
So,
one.
With that reach.
yeah, so this is going to be fun.
0-0-2.
Andre Daescu has 4 men's doubles titles to his name. Christian Alshon with 2. Game on. And hand speed tested. J.W. Johnson always locked in with the forehand side, too.
Yeah, and Andre won 2 of those with Gabe. Now he's playing against him for a title here.
Right. Nice put away. Andre Daescu sporting the title sponsor paddle, the Flamingo with Proton. Shuffle step and getting that ball down. You talked about that with Ben Johns earlier today for amateur players back home. How can they work on getting balls down easier?
It's the angle of your paddle, and you don't want to swing through. Use that. Just get that angle and swing down, and it doesn't have to have huge pace either.
Point.
And it's the choices that you make. Some people just like to hit it hard, and I get that. I'm standing next to somebody who loves that, and Ms. McMahon, but sometimes pace down is way better than hard.
Second serve.
Guilty as charged.
1-0-2.
Oh, man, he was terrific with that, catching Ben Johns, diving to cover the middle, and then having the ball go past him on the left, just a little too much for Andre here. And this is what I want to see. Will they stay committed to unwinding the stack? Some of the time they did, and some of the time they didn't yesterday. And here's the case where they're not.
Great 1-2 punch counter for Christian Alshon.
On the other side of the court, I do not expect to see J.W. Johnson on the right ever.
1-0-1. Point.
So good from Andre because, again, J-Dub's just sitting there with the forehand in the middle. So a ball that changes to the other side of his body is a clean winner.
Point.
That might work that time, but it is not going to work a lot of times.
3-0-1.
It's deep. Point. Heavy pressure again. Daescu and Alshon. What was the winning formula? How to identify it against Hayden and Ben that is a winning one for these two at this point?
Not doing that. They did a lot of driving and crashing, and they just didn't. They spent that entire match was on
4-0-2.
Just full force going forward. Didn't let Ben settle into the more meticulous game, and to their credit, they won that. And I think for Hayden, just to put a bow on that, didn't look as comfortable as we see him. I think he was like, should I speed this up? Shouldn't I? And, you know, it takes time to dial in a partner, and it's tough when you're expected to win, to play great with all the pressure just in general of playing in a pro event, but then having Ben to your left.
Yeah, there's an element of chemistry there as well.
And do I think that duo could? Absolutely, but I don't think they will, just because Ben, ironically, isn't in the final, but the guy he's going to be playing with in Mesa is, and that's Gabe Tardio.
Is Gabe Tardio as strong with Ben Johns as he is with J.W. Johnson?
That's what we're going to find out. I mean, he should be. And he thinks he's better because he's the one that said, J-Dub threw up the deuces piece, I'm going over to play with Ben. So that's the decision that he made.
Ooh.
Second serve.
Bagged him.
On a slow ball with a roll, Christian just literally thought, can I get points for just running into the ball? That was bizarre. Way too high from Andre. When their drives are low, that allows Christian to just hunt and he is terrific at it.
1-5-1.
Unbelievable get from J-Dub there because he was sitting forehand again.
J.W. Johnson getting to everything, including one at his right hip.
Yeah, and Christian, I
2-5-1.
mentioned the speeding up to that spot worked the one time, but it's not going to work very many times.
So good. Effortless touch from J.W. Johnson.
Yeah, there's all the wizardry of the flick wizard right there. And there's also the roll reversal as they don't unwind that, and Andre is on the right side and the middle gets exposed. Surprised he let that bounce, but tough to see sometimes over there.
Second serve. Three, 5-2.
That's so tricky, Gabe. My goodness. And that's what you want to do. Make Andre extend all the way out like that.
Tardio with 4 career men's doubles titles, 2 with Staxford, 2 with Daescu, as you mentioned. Down it goes, Daescu initiating. And J.W. Johnson leading all contenders with 10 titles to his name, all of those won with Dylan Frazier, which is a partnership no longer.
Yeah, Dylan had a tough go with Pablo here. Did not make a big run that he was hoping to.
Could you see those two coming back together eventually?
5-4-2.
Possibly. I mean, it's wild because J-Dub thought he was locked in with something here, and now he's not.
Ernie pressure from Andre Daescu has more reach than just about anybody on tour.
6-4-2.
Leaps like a gazelle.
Yes. Wow, off the tape.
Side out.
And skids in favor of Gabe there.
4-6-1.
It's the most Gabe's seen the ball in this rally right here.
Wow.
Point.
J.W. Johnson makes Christian Alshon eat it.
Five, 6-1.
Unbelievable, Gabe.
Wow.
Second serve.
I mean, he saved the one on the right side of his body with the backside of the paddle, and
5-6-2.
it is being hammered at him.
Point.
So if you want to play in the air against these two, do it at your own peril, because J-Dub would love to partake in that.
6-6-2.
Exactly.
Point.
Absolutely wide, and few errors and choices here are betraying Alshon and Daescu.
7-6-2. Tied out.
Gabe can't believe it because he would love for him to do that, but was
6-7-1.
surprised.
Second serve.
And the other thing, Andre got tagged as hard as anyone has ever been hit by Big H yesterday. It was full send into the
6-7-2.
big fella, so obviously no worse for wear there.
I believe that made an appearance on memes.
Sure did.
Adam Stone, the star.
Yes, indeed he is. Oh.
Oh, fighting for the ball in the middle. Johnson scratching his head after that one.
Hey.
Taking up too much real estate there, Tardio.
Yeah, I mean, this is full-fledged
7-7-2.
pushing him out of the way.
That's a nice drive, low to the net,
Yes.
low to the hip.
So that's the key, too, is we don't need 100%
8-7-2.
low, and 80% with a little dip on it is way more effective than just pure pace. And another one of those, and Gabe is just a little off balance, and they trade the mistakes right back in Michelle
Wow.
in men's doubles.
Point.
One.
8-10-1.
Another beautiful point from the flick wizard, J.W. Johnson.
Point.
Oh my, this three-point lead slipping away. Chance to tie it, still on the first server.
10-1. Second
I
serve.
mean,
Lucky
Alshon
tape.
swung at that 7 times, but stayed composed with it.
A fly swatter.
Yes,
9-10-2.
that thing off.
Oh, it's deep. And it's tied, 10 apiece, late in the first.
10-10-2.
Wow.
Wow.
Pure survival. Alshon and Daescu need to close the door here, it feels.
Second serve.
Man, to try and find that with that paddle position and sliding over, I mean, Gabe's going to demolish that.
10-10-2. Tied out.
Boy, and a rough possession.
Empty trip. Could pay the consequence here. Tardio and Johnson loading back up. His third, though, off the hook for now.
See if Andre goes back to him or not.
10-10-2.
Just goes middle.
Point.
Game point surrendered to Tardio and Johnson.
Timeout receivers 11-10-2.
So much cleaner and more professional look that I do love. And man, this would be heartbreaking for Alshon and Daescu, who were ahead the whole way, had a game point, and now they have to stare one down.
Daescu imposing his will on the point.
That started with a terrific return, making J-Dub hit a backhand from the corner. Great job by Alshon.
Tie game off the missed flick from J.W. Johnson. angle.
serve.
Gabe Tardio striking from the middle of the court.
I mean, his arms are just so long and everywhere. Perfect angle from the Bolivian.
Ooh,
Side out.
enough to tie it up. But serve surrendered to Tardio and Johnson.
How great is this? Packed house,
11,
beautiful
11,
day, and we're 11 apiece.
Perfect weather.
Second serve.
Not a drop of wind.
No, and that has been a factor earlier in the week, but it is
11-2.
calm today.
Side out.
Empty
trading.
trip, wow.
Trading side outs here, Mish.
11-11-1.
J.W. Johnson welcomes the pop-up off the net.
Well, he would have welcomed it without
Yes.
the net even more. What is Alshon doing there? That thing is going to, he's lucky it hit the tape because then he had time to run out of the way of what
11-11-2.
J-Dub was going to do there. Gotta dial in the choices at crunch time.
Wow, twice a heavy drive cross-court to Gabe Tardio.
Game point.
And he's won twice with that. Gabe just can't
11-2.
imagine he's going to do it, but he did.
Game point number 2 for Alshon and Daescu. Closed it out. Alshon and Daescu persevere after facing a game point against 13-11. This one is likely going the distance.
And this was what they were able to.
Hey, I'm Ben Johns, and I've got quick hands.
I'm Pickleball, and I like to hit hard.
I'm Anna Bright, and I like to speed it up.
I'm Colin Johns, and I have fast reflexes.
You might want these.
You know what? You're gonna need these.
You're gonna need these. You're gonna need these. Actually, no, these are mine. Go get your own.
Below it already. You cannot get off to a poor start if you're down at the bottom. Yeah.
Point.
So if he's going to do that now, they're like, fine, just get out of the way. Instead of, that's where
1-0-2.
ego can get in your way. If Gabe's trying to play those every time, just let it go.
Side out.
And again,
0-1-1.
having Andre by his side is a tremendous asset for Alshon.
Point.
He's going to be positive
Yeah.
the entire way.
Very stabilizing.
1-1-1.
There's a lot of maturity to the table, too.
And he was fantastic in mixed doubles. He and Tina Pisnik took a game from Ben and Anna Lee. I mean, they were very, very good and had them really wondering what they needed to do. And it's just carrying over to men's doubles, and that's some ugly errors from J-Dub and Gabe here in game 2.
3-1-1.
Oh,
Point.
tagged on its way out of bounds. J.W. Johnson.
Wow, I think he couldn't believe it was being sped up where it was and then tried to get out of the way, but it was too late.
Out of nowhere, Christian Alshon pounces on a backhand poach through the middle. 5-1.
And this is the formula for these two, because you think, oh, two big guys, they probably don't move that great. They're big. They move.
Staying this, I think that
Time in.
the lead would
5-1-1.
hold. Alshon continuing his service
Stop
run.
play. I need your release to be down below the top of the hip. You're tossing it. Yes, exactly.
All right, Jim Price isn't having any here, so toss was the issue, not the swing path.
Off the tape, and it was deep.
Yeah.
Five, 1-2.
Perfect serve. Wow.
Point.
Beautiful from Andre. We saw him do that a little bit to Patrick Wynn in the semi too. Pepper that right side and get the chicken wing, and I know a lot of those are going to be eaten later today.
Right out.
And Tardio has had enough. Ball back to their side. We'll see what they do with it.
1-6-1. Second serve.
Everyone's expecting him to take that back cross court, and that's a great spot from
1-6-2.
Alshon there. And that's something I always wanted to see more from Frazier and J.W. Johnson, the shake and bake, because he was in good position there that just got handled. We'll see if they try more of that in this match.
Point.
Fumbled return for J.W. Johnson.
7-1-1.
And we have J.W. Johnson on the right side of the court
Second
right
serve.
now.
Fascinating.
So they're choosing not to unwind right there.
7-1-2.
That's not going to happen very often, and they're not going to do it right here.
Wow. Andre Daescu was on every shot below the net.
It's just ridiculous. See what happens here with Gabe returning.
Andre knows all too well what Tardio's capable of on the right.
Oh, man.
Right out.
J-Dub just aborted there. It's like if that would have caught the court, it's clean winner, but
1-8-1.
look at this, 8-1.
Second serve.
You start to wonder what can you do because they're so tall. You want to be able to put the ball down at the feet, but you just can't get it there.
Especially with Christian Alshon playing like that. So I'd love to know from a coaching standpoint, what would you suggest their options are after this serve? J.W. Johnson cleaning up.
Second serve.
Off the bounce, one place where offense can come is what we saw there, and that was out of the air for Gabe. But Gabe has tons of offense in his game. He hasn't had a lot of opportunities, and I don't like when he gets over his skis on the offense, but he can certainly bring a little more of that to the table.
Right out.
And then J-Dub is losing some hands battles he usually doesn't, so let's see if that flips.
Second serve.
Trouble getting to the line. Christian and Andre are either getting there or shaking and baking, and J-Dub and Gabe are in a fight.
Oh, Christian Alshon going a little high there across the net.
Oh, more than a little high, right at the shoulder. And this is what happens when your hands are crazy fast, because he reads the ball so well that he's like, I got to get that, even though obviously that might have been in the third row above the video board.
8-1 career record for Daescu and Alshon. Lost to the Johns brothers in the Masters semifinal. The one glaring loss in their new partnership.
Point.
Off of 8. 9-1, a stunning scoreline in game 2.
9-1-1.
It looks easy to defend ATPs nowadays.
It does. Nice. Bringing it back across the body, yeah. And Andre went with a cut ATP, which doesn't have quite as much pace on it, so a little easier to defend, but still.
9-1-2.
The onslaught from the big fellas continues, even though they lost that rally.
JW Johnson repaying the favor on Alshon.
Yeah, he's got to get that back behind J-Dub because he's sitting there with that forehand in the middle and paid the price.
Point.
All right, so there's some of the offense off the bounce for Gabe. I'm not sure that's going to work a lot, but at least now that's in Andre's mind to think about.
Nice counter, Christian Alshon.
So
Back
Gabe
behind
is
JW.
Gabe is feeling the pressure to find some offense at the line there, and had some good speed ups, just got beat there.
Right out.
Third percentage wildly in favor of Andre and Christian as well.
Nine, 2-1.
Oh,
Point.
oh my.
Wow.
That was one purpose and one purpose only, is to tag Christian Alshon there, and the tape stopped that from happening.
Game point. And it's wide. Daescu and Alshon take the second. A dramatic scoreline, 11-2.
So talk about using the adversity of game 1 to propel you into game 2. That's important.
When the world sleeps, greatness rises. And while others dream of the next level, we chase it. Challenging every limit, turning obstacles into stepping stones. Because the next level isn't just handed to you, it's earned. Go next level with 6-0 Pickleball.
The Super Bowl too, so you're covered all day long, fans. We're thrilled you're with us. We're thrilled you're always with us. And who's not thrilled right now is JW Johnson and Gabe Tardio. They just got tap danced on in game 2.
Whoa.
No way.
Not going to be denied with that angle is Gabe Tardio.
I mean, they hit 11 winners on that rally. The reach also helps you obviously track down those balls to your side.
Point.
New light for JW Johnson and Gabe Tardio. You mentioned it, Dave. Top of game 3. Tardio and Johnson not so thrilled. Would love to know what Julie Johnson's advisory would be if you were her.
Well,
coach these kids.
What I'm seeing right out the gate is to take it to them the minute you have a chance to speed something up, find a spot. They made Andre pay with that paddle in the middle on the first one, then went right back to it.
Second serve.
They're playing fast here. Just got to make the thirds, though. Their percentage needs to be in the 90s. And if you are making it, it can't be like that, because that's just giving them just layups to take the ball right back. And you'd love to make Alshon play a lot since he's playing all 3 today. Again, cross-court attack. Gabe is not on that, so Alshon has been going there. And I know Hunter Johnson is really wishing Gabe and J-Dub could take more time off of the Christian Alshon clock, because if he gets out of here in 3, wow. And what an early timeout here at tie game.
Yeah.
And that's the only one you got.
Tardio and Johnson, you wonder what that was all about. Has Tardio lost the will in the match?
I just don't get that at all. You're fine. You're playing
3, 2, 1.
a little quick here, and now you're just telling them that there's a problem.
There it is.
So good at leaning in. And then he can put so much spin and the angle on that. You have no chance of getting it.
Point.
Fortunate bounce off the tape for Johnson.
Yeah, and then he went to slice and cut it, and that's hard to do when you're off. You just like to see him punch that back in. And they are completely out of sorts quickly here in game 3, Michelle.
5-2-2.
Oh, man. That could have been debilitating if he makes that one.
2-5-1. Point. 3-5-1.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
Just a casual recovery from the ankles.
Well, he is 50% of Team Chill with Maggie Brasha, so he brought that chill hands. Wow. I mean, they were fighting over it. Andre hits an overhead there, and that's dead, but Christian thought he had it until he did not.
Looked like a kick save. Nice. J.W. Johnson amping up his ability.
And they got all their swords back. I mean, they're right back in it.
So many more matches to go.
I mean, Caitlin was on it, has been, obviously, has made every final in Paris, dispatched her in impressive fashion. No way, J-Dub.
Second serve.
Wow.
5-5-2. Point.
I mean, let's just live with the fact that we think our hands are better. We'll see if that's true, but why not get in the OK corral and see who can shoot?
Like that. And why wouldn't you with the hand speed that they have on their side? I mean,
why not?
To this point, the other strategy was not working. Might as well. Initiating that time cross court was J.W. Johnson, feeding Daescu.
Inside out cross court flick
6-6-1.
off the bounce from J-Dub. That is new.
Oh.
Telegraphed.
Jeez.
Wow.
Lob incoming, it's deep. What a rally. Daescu and Alshon are not missing anything.
Oh, and Gabe threw everything he had at him, and it did not work. Not my favorite drop shot again, and just a tremendous defensive battle
6-1.
from Andre and Christian.
Christian Alshon asserts himself. Gabe Tardio hitting an out ball.
Yeah, you want to have the hands of lightning speed that he does have, but sometimes they betray you, and that's the case there.
I mean, Andre Daescu now, to me, has every weapon in his game. He's got the soft stuff. He's got the offense. He's got the initiate and the decision-making.
And the demeanor, too, to go with all of that.
Bombs away.
And Andre just flashes the pearly whites at him when he tried to do that.
And we are looking at a sweep in this final. Andre Daescu holding championship point. Heavy drive into the net.
Second serve. Match point. 10-6-2.
And they've done it. Andre Daescu and Christian Alshon take home the gold for the first time in this new partnership. And look out for this team in tournaments to come.
No doubt about it. Chest bumps for days with these two. They had to have game one or this would have been wildly different. They saved a game point after squandering a couple, and then they were absolutely too good. And then you saw Gabe and J-Dub play a style they didn't really want to. They got it to 5-all, and then it just crumbled all around them, and the better team won today without question.
Wow, Daescu and Alshon knocked off the Giants in Ben Johns and Hayden Patriquin, and then the second Giants, Gabe Tardio and J.W. Johnson. They are the kings of the desert. Daescu and Alshon take home the gold. We'll crown them champions next.
Welcome back, everybody. Pickleball coverage is brought to you by Yola. They are ready to play. And what a performance by Christian Alshon and Andre Daescu. They take it in 3, and they are deserving champions. Standing by with Michelle McMahon.
Dave, thanks so much. Well, these two didn't just win gold, but you just won it in straight games over one of the best men's doubles teams in the world. A lot to be proud of. A very inspired performance. Christian, starting with you, I know you put in a ton of work with Lee Waters specifically on the court. A couple of years ago, you would have been happy to just be here for one event. You're here for 3 on a Sunday. What does this gold medal mean to you?
I mean, this is awesome. I started this day and I was like, I just want one. I just want one, at least one, and then we'll take it from there. Big shout out to Lee. I mean, she wasn't helping me this morning, but she helped me during this match, and that was nice. So thank you to her.
And Andre, you have every single weapon in your arsenal. Great decision making. You've got the offense, you've got the defense, and the poise. What continues to inspire your gold medal winning performances now for 6?
Michelle, that's the best description I've ever got. So I gotta pay up to this interview. No, but just, staying fully committed. We've been practicing together for quite a bit. We live close to each other. We've been playing well together. I think we're competing really well together, like this match showed. And just super excited to be on a championship Sunday with this guy. Like you said, he's got 3 shots at it. I only have 1, so I wanted to make the most of it. And I just want to take this moment and thank my family for all the support, the people back home, Ballard Isles, and just Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and just super excited to get a gold medal with this guy.
And last but not least, Proton is one of your sponsors, and we'll get the hardware in your hand for just a moment, but I know the support of these two and this team has meant so much for you. How would you describe what Charles Darling and the whole Proton team have meant to your pickleball career?
Well, we started this process about 2 years ago, you know, just building our first paddle. We started with Charles and Brent. You know, the company's expanded so much. I'm really thankful to have those guys over by my side. I'm really thankful to win a title here in their home state of Arizona. We made some huge strides with our equipment. We made some huge strides with everything that we do at Proton. The Flamingo obviously is extremely good. It's been helping my game, elevating my game to the next level. And yeah, just super proud to be part of this journey. Like I said, 2 years into it, we made huge strides, and I'm sure we're going to continue to move in the right direction, and couldn't thank them enough for everything they're doing for us.
Well, it certainly showed out there today. Give it up for your champions. And now, Charles, come back in the shot. Our favorite photobomber, Charles Darling, the founder and president of Proton, which has been very visible throughout this tournament and everywhere their players go.
Andre, you started with us when we were nobody. We didn't have even a paddle. We didn't have anything, and it's been such an amazing journey with you. You're a part of our family. It's an honor to hand this to you and Christian. You guys played unbelievable. Christian, you still got some more work to do. Yep. So go rest up. But on behalf of Arizona, everyone here, on behalf of Proton and PPA Tour, here's your medal.
Thank you, Charles.
Just a couple tournaments in together, and they claim gold for the first time as a duo. Dave Fleming, take it away.
Yeah, tremendous performance by the big fellas, and just terrific champions. And 3 down, 2 to go. The next 2 are going to start.